Awusia sɔfoɔ Kofi Oduro asɛnde kɔkɔbɔ kɛseɛ paa de akɔ Jubilee House na wɔkyerɛ mu a saa kɔkɔbɔ wei no ɛkɔma His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana John Dramani Mahama saa so ɛna ministers ahodoɔ NDC amanyɔkuo ne leaders ahodoɔ ne ministers ahodoɔ wɔatwa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ɛho ahyia nyinaa na wɔkyerɛ mu a saa kɔkɔbɔ wei ɛkɔ de ma wɔn. Now, according to Sofo Kofi Oduro no chiremu a 2024 elections no ono ankasa kwa abonten koto aba edima NDC amanyɔkuo no aside that nso ochiremu a campaign ahodo a wɔyɛɛyɛ edima NDC amanyɔkuo ndie na enya asɛm ketewa enyina yanim ensɛm ahodo a in 2024 na Sofo Kofi Oduro eka nyina no na yɛ nsɛm a ɔka de akyerɛ sɛ siepa amanyɔkuo metimi aba bɛyɛ ɔman Ghana yie dia na de NDC amanyɔkuo no ɛna ebetimi ababɛyɛ ɔman Ghana yie nanso obi bebusa sɛ deɛn ɛna akɔte bayera humam afiri soro ababɛte bayera humam mu a enedie amasofo Kofi Oduro na ankasa ɔno ankasa 2024 willingly ɔyɛ campaign ɛde ma NDC amanyɔkuo no sanso to aso ɛde kɔto abade ma NDC amanyɔkuo no deɛ na esi a waba abɔnten a ɔsɛnde kɔkɔbɔ ɛde ama NDC amanyɔkuo kyerɛ mu a ono two things and a man de to aba ema NDC amanyɔkuo no in 2024 the edi kan kra no LGBTQ plus according to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ene honorable Sam George no mu kyerɛ mu a His Excellency John Dramani Mahama the first 120 days in the year obe sign bill na parliament a draft e de koto honom na aba be ye mmra e wo man Ghana mu a nanso 120 days na apa ho 1 year apa ho amasisi ade ye obese 1.5 years enso bill ne sign ye o si de twa na wo mu kra ne se His Excellency John Dramani Mahama mpe bibi papa mmeka nkyere omo asofo omu di nachi clergy no ene eye campaign ahodo edman na ensem obetimi aka ne se sa LGBTQ no enye Ghana for priority sa time na no opposition ne de na onim se LGBTQ no enye Ghana for priority na no de ye campaign na sa so de propaganda na o say aside that no ora His Excellency John Dramani Mahama promise ye say eno na ye sika ahodo na omu claim say NDC MPP amanyɔkuo no awiagu omubotom no ora no ba begigi sa sika ni nyina ma eye Samuel Okujeto ablakwa mu ye estimate best 2 billion dollars no ochire mu a sa ora ne nso obusa o akwa kwesi sen eye sika na no omu claim no yetimi agi sa sika na na se ebesi na de 1 cedi mpo omuntime nje Sofo Kofi Oduro se chese na bamu mbu da on lose hope for eye amanyɔkuo bi say da na de ekoso yi de o say chese a destroying hope e de ama His Excellency John Dramani Mahama enya asenketo a yenko na Sofo Kofi Oduro na ankasa yenko tie na num asem.
With all due respect, sir, in your campaign message, the reason I voted for you is LGBTQ, that you will pass a legislation. Yeah. Number 2 is oral. We need our money back. We can't be patient, Your Excellency. We need our money back. 2 things. And punching from punching mema. A punching ban for punching bar. We try ban for we try bar. Aden and nipa bottom say. Aden and nipa Jimmy who say. A dear bentra. A ponko ban for ponko bar. Ponko bema for ponko bema. Even animals, they don't do that. I'm reminding Jubilee House of Leviticus chapter 18 and verse number 21 and verse number 22. Put it on the screen. I would read it in English and read it in our language. The Bible made a submission. Thou shalt not let any seed of yours pass through the fire to Moloch, neither shall you profane the name of the Lord. I am the Lord. Verse number 22. Everybody listen. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. Turn it into a different version. In another version, version, the Bible said, don't have sex with a man as a man does with a woman. It is abhorrent. Another version, the Bible said, you shall not lie intimately with a male as one lies with a female. It is repulsive. Another version, the Bible said, no man is to have sexual relation with another man. God hates that. Another version, the Bible said, you may not have sex relations with men as you do with women. It is disgusting, a disgusting thing. It is despicable. It is disgusting. It is a disgusting thing. It is a disgusting thing. It is a disgusting thing. Obi fa obi true mua. It is a disgusting thing. Obi do ni near true mua. It is a disgusting thing. It is a disgusting thing. It is a disgusting thing. It is a it's a disgusting thing. Turn it into my language. The Bible says, Levitical, you didn't too much in the yeah, uni bema na mana. Upiani bema na mana. Eye chiwati. Take it into the different G Bible. This one also say, Operima, or nene yonko perimata. Aye, chiwadia kesie. Na aye bonenswa. Bonia eso enso. Wopi, heni ni abema, wobi fani ni abeme trumua. Eye chiwadia kesie, na aye bonenso kesie. Says the word of God. This is the word of God. I am here defending the word of God. Manuel Dianebe bomi emome. Se mi defending yamia semna me wu amingu. That is what he has called me for. I defend the truth. I don't care who it is. Wrong is wrong. Evil is evil. And sin.
Even soap doesn't lather with the water.
Our leaders are trying to resolve the situation. However, we have problem that every 3 days their water is flowing. And we are one constituency, as the same district as well as same constituency. Why is Pram having their water being flow every 3 days, and we, as if we don't have pipelines?
How could you use 100 cedis for water just a day without eating yet? Your children's school fees are there. I've seen a lot complaining about it. I feel like I should do something, but there's nothing I can do.
Even the aged are not spared in the struggle to access potable water.
I bought a bag of sachet water to bath. We don't have water. We really need water because we are suffering.
At Oduro Health Center, and let's quickly show the news team a source that residents rely on despite its high levels of contamination. Management confirmed the rise in typhoid cases and other water-related illnesses.
That is the main challenge we have here. Typhoid, all those water-related conditions, we have them also because they are picking the water from the ground and any other source they can get. We have the skin infections, the schistosomiasis, all of those things are in there because we have a challenge with water.
It's 20 months since Nado has been president. He's not even been able to prosecute one person. He's not been able to jail any appointee of President Mahama. He's not been able to find or establish any act of wrongdoing on the part of John Mahama. All Ghanaians can remember is that John Mahama's first year was spent in court.
We will continue this fight and we will continue this struggle until our water bodies are protected.
We were told say yet so and today are we satisfied? Today it is a miracle if you can afford 3 square meals. It is a miracle in this country. Except you are part of a parachick of this government or part of the looting brigade. Okay, there is no way you will say that there is a bright future in this country.
Right.
I believe that the Ghana Armed Forces and the Ghana Police Service put together, if you give them 3 months to end Galamsey and you resource them, and there is no political intervention from anywhere, they will end Galamsey.
A few moments later.
And it would be unfair to expect
that President Mahama in 96 days will fix the rot of 8 years. I don't have a Ghana card. If tomorrow I decide I want to do a Ghana card, it is my Ghanaian passport. I will take to the NIA. You don't have a Ghana card? No, I don't. And I'm not registered my SIM card.
You're not registered?
No. And that's why I said I was waiting to see how on the 1st of April my card will be deactivated. I wanted to see how that would have happened in this country. Because you see, it makes absolutely no sense for you to say Article 296 of the
Okay. All right. Okay. Last one. Randy. Okay. We need to clean this country. This country needs. Look, the young people of our country are angry. One, we need to clean. Two, we need to recover every single thing that has been stolen. Look, and those people who think that they are, and I can tell you on authority, I said this yesterday on another platform where people are moving to the country, moving money to the Isle of Man. I'm stating locations: Isle of Man, to Mauritius, to the Canary Islands, to Guyana. Hey, we know them, and they are moving money. Even last week, one of them called a remittance person and said, look, a person who does remittances, look, I need to move 5 million. How can you move US dollars? Yes. Look, you can't live to enjoy that money. Operation Recover. You will not enjoy that money. And I'm glad that, you see, people said they don't know what came over President Mahama when he came to my constituency during his nationwide tour. When he came to my constituency, that day, he dropped a lot of bombs. That's the day he told Baumia he won't debate him because he knows his level. Yeah. That same day, for the first time, and that was the only time in 276 constituencies, President Mahama mentioned names of people who have questions to answer. Let your crew take the tape. He did 3 places in my constituency. He did Ningo, did Prampram, and Afia. Your crew was there. They should give you the clip from Prampram. You hear President Mahama. He said, President Akufo-Addo, for 8 years, I have been a former president. I lived in Ghana. I didn't live outside the country. So if there was any prosecution or any questions you had to ask of me, I was here. Yeah. You will not go and live in the south of France. Thank you. That mansion that has been built in the south of France will remain uninhabited. President Akufo-Addo must stay in Ghana to answer questions. President Mahama went ahead to mention Gabriel Tridaku as someone who needs to answer questions. Absolutely. Mention Ken Oforiatta as someone who needs to answer questions. Mention the one who suffered stroke in the UN. Yes. I said take the clip from my constituency, Prampram, and play it. Let your production go to President Mahama's visit to Prampram, to my constituency. Not the first location in Ningo, the second place in Prampram. When it was raining, he mentioned the names. These people have questions, and not just them. Others will have questions to answer. You ask yourself, why today the board chairman of ECG, who doubles as the leader of the mini minority in parliament, is seeking to pay a company.
The information minister says works have been done and certain financial clearance has been given.
The rates are so high.
And so they have to honor the payments.
They have
to not because there's been a change.
Those payments have been pending for months. They didn't pay. They want to pay today. Look, if you understand the level of graft and rot, that's why I said others have dipped their hands in the purse. This government has stolen the purse, and it must be a collective work across the nation, civil society, other political movements, and government. We must clean up our country.
Ghana want to hear what your view is on the LGBTQ bill that is before you. Say something and sign it. Mr. President, you are beginning to appear as a supporter of LGBTQ. The people of Ghana and the people of Ningo Prampram do not want it. So President Akufo-Addo, it has been 8 months since Parliament passed the legislation. Sign it or tell the people what your stance is on LGBTQ. We know
President Mahama has been clear that he will sign that bill, and he has no option than to sign that bill. President Mahama will know no peace from St. George until he signs that bill. And he himself has said that to the clergy, that as a Christian, as a member of the Assemblies of God Church, he will sign that bill. What the president said to the BBC was in response to why President Akufo-Addo has not signed the bill. And he said to them, look, what President Akufo-Addo should have done, instead of rejecting service of the bill, was to have received the bill, stated what his displeasure is with the bill, which is what the Constitution says. The Constitution in Article 1067, President Mahama in his BBC was referring to the Constitution of Ghana. Article 106(7) says that when he gets to the president, he must within 14 days indicate whether he would sign or not sign. If he chooses not to sign, he then has to bring it back to Parliament and then state in the memo to Parliament the reasons why he's refusing to sign and add the recommendations to remedy those challenges he sees. Otherwise, within the 14 days, he can refer it within 30 days. He can refer it to the Council of State, who have 30 days to give him advice. That's what President Mahama was saying in that BBC interview. He was not saying that he now has to read the bill. President Mahama has read the bill. It's because he's read the bill that he told the clergy that when he becomes president, he will sign the bill, because President Mahama has no problem with anything in the bill. That explanation he was given was basically what the president should have done as a lawyer in line with our constitution, because the president's decision not to have service of the bill on him is unconstitutional and shows you how reckless and irresponsible Akufo-Addo is as a president.
She was laid off.
Oh, she's been sent home. Since 10th of November, she's been sacked from the Highways Authority. And I would wage a campaign and a war to ensure that this woman is reinstated, because these are the kind of Ghanaians we must celebrate. In fact, she reported to the BNI in June this year, that her life is under risk because she was told that she must not exceed 1 million again. And when she was given that order, she started getting 3 million. And now they sat there. The BNI could not protect her. Under Akufo-Addo, I'm talking about 2024. I have the names of the people who were behind this. But you see, like I said, the people at Highways Authority who are involved in the scam and the stealing of axle. So imagine if you had 10 axle weighing stations across the country, and they are making revenue of at least 3 million Ghana cedis in one station, and they are declaring 250,000 every month. Some people are sitting back and gleaning 2.75 million from one axle station. Over 10 axle stations, that's 27.5 million Ghana cedis every month. This is what we are bleeding as a country. So when Akufo-Addo said Ghana it's true. But we have people who have turned themselves into Draculas, drinking the blood and toil of Ghanaians. This is pure fact. The lady came to me, she was crying yesterday. Crying. She said, look, my life is at risk. She can't live in her house. They are threatening to kill her. A woman.